Welcome to the lounge, everyone. My name is Toby Roydell, and would you design your baby if you could? And how much would you be willing to pay for it? Designer babies. Design your own offspring. What a fascinating yet horrifying idea. But what is a designer baby? It is a baby, so far so good, whose genetical code has been specifically selected in order to avoid a certain defect or to ensure that a certain gene is present. In other words, parents could say, I want my baby to have blue eyes and I want my baby to have a way lower risk of getting osteoporosis when they are older. For many people, the biggest reason why they think it's really off-putting is that scientists play God when they intervene with something they probably shouldn't. They get their hands so deep into stuff that should not be touched at all. The creation of life. For many, that simply doesn't feel right. And I can see why. The next very controversial point is, how much would it cost to have a designer baby? And does that mean that richer people have healthier and better looking children than poor people do? This by itself poses a moral dilemma of the highest degree. How much would you be willing to pay? 500 for blue eyes? 5,000 for a lower risk in developing certain kinds of cancer? 500,000 for higher intelligence? But wait. Is that even possible? Like, what can we actually change right now? Let's take a look at the state of the art when it comes to genetically modifying children and what we can actually do right now. What you can change as of now is, like I hinted towards already, genetic diseases. Something that lies in the family can be sort of cut off and is not further carried on generation through generation. You can also decide on the gender of your baby. You can decide for an eye color that suits you. And in case something like bad skin or bad hair lies in the family, not like with me, you can solve that too and eradicate that as at wish and at will. As of now, we can influence how tall we get. And allergies could be eradicated as well. It is also safe to say that many babies that would die within the first few days or weeks after birth, which is of course the most dangerous time for a young human, that can be solved as well. Many of those children will not need to die for various reasons. The biggest issue for me personally is the devaluation of naturally born humans. Because what could happen? Will there be a day where there's two kinds of humans? The natural ones, sort of, and the designed ones? This alone is a very futuristic and terrifying thought, if I'm gonna be honest. And I don't think it just doesn't feel right that this is where our future lies. Naturally born humans are not perfect. Far from it. But is this not what makes humans special in some way? That we don't look the same, that we don't behave the same, and that we don't think the same. Then there is something that I would call the disability paradox. You see, over the past few centuries, we finally hard-fought came to the conclusion that a society, a good society, a great society, is inclusive and includes people with mental and physical disabilities into said society, and that they are a part of it. But which parents would design their baby with a disability if it could be prevented? This by itself devalues people with disabilities. The message here to anyone with a disability, or further down the line, any imperfection, is the way that you look and behave and the way you are is not favorable. And not only do we try to avoid looking or being like you, we try to eradicate you so that things and people with disabilities like you do not exist in the future anymore. One day there will be no more imperfections like you. And this is very honest, very horrible, and most likely the path of the designer babies. This whole thing poses a severe moral dilemma I clearly have no solution to. But on the other hand, should you, as parents, actually be able to design your baby with a disability? Like, design them so that they have to spend their life in a wheelchair because it was your decision? Later on, telling him or her that it was your decision that they have to spend their life in a wheelchair. And the wheelchair here is only one example of any disability I could have chosen. Another interesting example would be trisomy 21, better known as Down syndrome. And everyone who knows someone with Down syndrome can tell you that they are the most loving, caring, honest, and straight lovable people on earth. Are these traits not welcome anymore? I'm really curious how you think about this whole topic and if I've missed an important aspect in this huge topic. So if you like, you can put your opinion on this whole thing down in the comments and tell me if you would design your own baby. With that being said, my name is Toby Roydell, and I will see you again next time here in my lounge.